Super big watch on Nvidia. QQQ is rejecting. I'm gonna look at Nvidia 390 puts, guys. Actually, I'm moving to 380 puts. I'm gonna wait. I want to wait till we see because we could bounce here on Nvidia. I just don't like the QQQ's rejecting. Like QQQ is rejecting, so I think that could be huge for us. Um, all right, Nvidia is breaking down. Is the key spot. Tesla's getting a little bit of juice to the upside here. I am going to take these Nvidia 380s, guys. Taking them at $1.93. Oh, they actually filled me at $2. And now they're bouncing. So we'll see what we get here. Front running just a little bit. But Qs are pretty weak. SPY looks like it's a little weak as well. Tesla back to 135% now on the puts. Yeah, John, took Nvidia puts, 380 puts, $2 per contract. We just hit low of day on Nvidia. If Nvidia can break down through 401.25, I think we'll get that 400 retest. Yeah, Pins is selling pretty hard. The whole market, a lot of names are selling. Pins new low of day. There's a new low of day on Nvidia, guys. Here we go. 10% now on the Nvidia trade. Huge move now. 20% on Nvidia. Under 400. Tesla back to 160% now. QQQ, new lows. 25% on Nvidia here. 35% on Nvidia. I took half off of Nvidia, guys, at 30%. Tesla's back to 170% now on the swing that we had. That did. I'm looking at a BHAY, man. 40% now on Nvidia puts, guys, on the 390s. 50% here on Nvidia 390s. Absolutely massive. Hundred and 80% now on the Tesla swing. 65% now, 75% now on Nvidia. Guys, these Nvidias might go in the money. I mean, come on, like
Bro, what a trade. Holy shit.
I still got half my position left too. And we smacked this one heavy.
Wow.
100% now. I'm trying to sell one more position. My Weeble is lagging, but I'm trying to sell one more contract. There we go. It sold at 370. So I got one runner left, guys, just in case Nvidia really does fall all the way down. Again, one runner could print an extra few $100 for you guys, which is why I'm always a big advocate of holding a runner. Tesla is back to 195% too on that 190 put that we swung. Yeah, I kind of want to swing the Nvidia put into the rest of the week. That's a huge break on Nvidia. We haven't been this low since the post earnings move that we saw on Nvidia. But yeah, Nvidia just paid us over 100%, guys, in like the first 10 minutes. Put 500 in, take 500 out. We haven't been this low on Nvidia since June of 2023. Yeah, absolutely no drawdown on that trade, which was crazy. Quick $3,000 on that. That's insane. I told you guys it was a high confidence trade, which is why I went a little bit heavier on it on our 2K account. I mean, I loaded up like $800 on that on the 2K account, which is uh that was a heavy call. But when we have high confidence like that, I'll do that. Here comes a new low of day, I think potentially on Nvidia because Qs are just selling like pretty aggressively straight down. Spies right back at this 414.80. There we go. Broke 393 on Nvidia. Over 100% trade now. Gotta love when your net's up over like 50%. It's weird because Tesla's going counter the market today, just like it did yesterday. QQQ's falling, Tesla's trying to push higher. Yesterday, QQQ was pushing, Tesla was pulling lower. New low of day on Apple. Yeah, guys, there's tons of data today. So just be like, take a reality check for a second. We just hit 100% in the first 10 minutes on that trade. Um, so let's try not to be heroes today. We've got a lot of data coming out. Chicago PMI, actual 44, expecting 45, just hit. All right, I'm gonna close my Tesla swing runner because Tesla's pushing. Consumer confidence at 10 a.m. Could be a good pullback on SPY ES here. Nice work, John. You made $900 profits. Good work. Make sure you guys post up the results tab too in chat. Show off your profits if you made them. We'll find plays like that every single day. The key, like those plays happen every day. The key is just is being patient enough to execute on those trades and not the C minus trades. Here, take a look at SPY here on the 2-minute and the 5-minute on the top left of my screen, guys. That's what I'm watching on SPY. Tesla's going counter the market again. This is weird that Tesla's doing that. Yesterday, Tesla's in drill mode. The market's pushing higher. Today, Tesla's in rocket mode and markets are pulling. Oh, is PFE about to break down? Under 30? Right, Vinny. We break 30. The gates could open up on PFE. Yeah, CDP. On YouTube, if you're listening, what led me to the Nvidia trade? Um, huge psychological level at 400. We had tested it multiple times, and typically, what you'll see in the markets when something tests something multiple times and it breaks through it, it gets a pretty big move. It's just what's called a support break. So we had support at 400. We finally broke that 400 support, and then saw a really accelerated move down, and we were able to capitalize on it and catch it. Oh yeah, appreciate that, Abe. Meta is the other one that was on the watch list, not on my chart right now, but Meta at 300. Wow, I missed Meta, the 300 break on Meta, but yeah, it did break down and went all the way to 296. I think SPY's getting ready to break down, but we've got data coming in 10 minutes, so it makes me hesitate getting in anything. I don't want to get stuck in a data algo candle. I'd rather wait for data to come out and then go. Yeah, I was watching Zom guys, but 105 didn't I was looking for a retest of 105 to go lower. So Zom trade's not actionable for me. Yeah, the 290s were like $390 a contract, I think. And I didn't want to take. Didn't want to take them. Yeah, of course, CDP. That's why Spy just broke the level, guys, by the way. But no setup for me because of data. I don't want to get caught in a candle. But that's why, guys, like I tell you guys all the time, have the key levels on your chart and make sure you see the consolidation patterns. And then trading is just 90% like waiting for those things to happen. And then when they happen, you execute 10% of the time. It's a lot of waiting around, hanging out. That's why I always say the community aspect that we have and other people have, like that's the benefit of having a community is like somewhere to hang out at and you know hang out while you're waiting. Oh, it's certainly possible. Spy's drilling, QQQ selling, which is why I haven't sold my runner on Nvidia. This is where like the art of trading I think sometimes comes in because some people say, oh, like I want to get out of Nvidia. Me, it's like I see the markets pulling lower, and I want to hold my Nvidia position if the markets are going to continue to push lower. And also remember, guys, like don't be in a rush to put on a trade. We're 20 minutes into the day. We've got a whole lot of time left on the clock. Yeah, yeah. 9 EMA retest is what I'd be looking at. Yeah, we're currently sitting right around $2,400, Shindy. Still got tons of buying power left too for the rest of the day. So now we get to be picky, wait for our A plus setup, but our account's up like 16% on the day. All right, could be a liquidity candle on SPY or like a liquidity grab candle, but 5 minutes till data. It was Bojack. It was. I just couldn't. I couldn't pull myself to do it. Knowing how luck works, we do that, and then Nvidia rockets from 400 back to 430. All right, we got about 2.5 minutes until consumer confidence data comes out, 10 a.m. We should see some algo candles here. you took you took 100 cons of Nvidia, hey man. Wow, that's crazy. 100 cons at $200 per. This man had $200,000 in Nvidia puts that went 100%. Could have got yourself a new Urus. That happens though. Sometimes like I've done that before, fat fingered. I've like accidentally bought more when I was trying to sell. I've sold everything you guys know when I was trying to sell one. That was the right thing to do though. Get back to your normal position sizing as quick as possible because if it goes the wrong way on you, then you don't be sitting with a big loss. So you can always add more to a position. Can't get your money back once the market takes it though. Yeah, I've done that too, Mel, on accident. Then I look back on it, I'm like, what the heck? Like, why? I know the difference between calls and puts. I don't know why I switched it up. Tesla new high of day, going for 199, 200 level. It's just so interesting to me that markets are weak and Tesla's doing that. Data in 15 seconds, consumer confidence or sentiment, I think, something like that. One oh 2.6, expecting 100. I kind of like SPY for a move back down to 413.30 here. I'm just gonna wait for a better pullback because we're pulling off of that level now. We're pulling off the EMAs, and I told you guys I wanted to wait to get into something until data dropped. So, so I don't want to take I don't want to take puts at low of day. Meta back over 300 by the way though, so watch upside on Meta. New low of day on SPY coming. Yeah, Nvidia just pulling back in trend here. So now, just like we saw in Tesla yesterday, when we're trying to follow the trend with the runner, what we want now is just we want to see Nvidia make a lower low. and solidify that this is a lower high. Potentially. We just have to see how the buyers react around 400. If sellers are still active at um, 400, and if buyers are passive, then if we don't see a ton of buying pressure at 400, then yeah, we can. You could reshort at 400, just risking a move back over 400. But like Abe said, it is a lower volume pullback. QQQ seems to be basing on the 5 minute right here. Um, a lot of consolidation, a lot of indecision, right? So, like, basically what we're getting here on Qs, you guys can see it on the 5. We're just kind of stuck in that box range right now. All right, now Qs look like they might want to sell out of it. Spies back near lows. New low of day push on SPY. There's new low of day. So anyone that bought that pullback at like 950, 958, 959 right before data, this is what you'd want to see. Like, this is where you should be scaling some, right? Because we pulled back into the EMAs, then we just made a new low of day. So we're continuing to make lower lows. And as a trend trader, we're in the trade down. What we want to buy is buy on the lower highs when we're pulling back. Yeah, Nvidia rejected the 9 EMA on the 5 minute. I think what we're going to need to see is QQQ break out of this consolidation to the downside, though, for Nvidia to work out for us. Take a look at Apple. Apple's riding its EMA down as well. 167 is the next key level I have on Apple. And so what you want to see on Nvidia is a new low of day, because we want to see a lower low put in trend. I know it sounds like I always say that, but as a trend trader, that's what you're looking for: lower lows, lower highs, or higher highs, higher lows, depending on what trend you're in. Yeah, Tesla LT is just riding the EMAs to the upside right now. So that's why I said Tesla is interesting. Even Meta right now is a little interesting since that 297 snap, because Meta's just put in straight green candle since its low of day. Haven't had a red candle on the 5 minute. And Tesla's trending up on the EMAs right now. But again, here's the pullback on SPY right to the 13 EMA. QQQ is just stuck in this consolidation box. right? So for me as a trend trader, I don't want to trade consolidation. I want to wait for it to break. New not new high day, but Meta's over 301 now. Qs are breaking upside out of consolidation. SPY bouncing up to the over the 9 EMA now. Yeah, Amazon is getting a stick. TikTok collaboration with CRM. What is TikTok doing with Salesforce? Like that's not a worthy pop on CRM. And just so you guys know, this is too like when you break a huge psych level on like Nvidia at 400, this is where you could take like month out like 370 puts and not have to baby the position all day. Like go back to your day job and just set price alerts and just if Nvidia pops back over 400, you stop out. If you guys want to get into some type of like swing trades and swing trading, like that's a way that you could grow your account as well without having to babysit the account all day long. Set price, like chart out your charts, set price alerts when we break down through levels or break upside through levels. Set your alerts for risk limits, and then when the risk limits are hit, then go back into your brokerage, stop out. If it's never hit, then come back in a few days and see what your position's at. Yeah, I used to swing trade a good bit. There's a certain market for swing trading. I just feel like we haven't really had it. Brett's been killing it on the swing trades. Swings can either eat you up or you can grow crazy. One of the reasons I didn't like the swing idea is because it's hard to control. You can't really control anything. Tesla back at 200. Next level up on Tesla is 205. SPY flip green. Microsoft held that level, guys, that we played to last few weeks. Remember when Microsoft broke 333, we played it up to that 335. That was kind of like resistance. Now you can see a support. It flipped to support 335. Shooting star candle on Tesla, Meta, Apple's 5 minute, QQQ's 5 minute. Everything's getting a big wick off the top there in the tech sector. Still a minute and 40 seconds ago on the candle, so we'll see what the rest of the candle shapes up to. But oil was also popping, guys. When you look at XOM, you guys kept tagging me on XOM. The reason I didn't want to take XOM was because we couldn't break 105 and reject it. We broke down through 105 and then we reclaimed it, and now we're pushing high of day on XOM, trying to get pre-market highs at 106. So oil was pushing up, energy was pushing, tech finally caught a bit, and then you saw the big bounce on SPY. This could be the short of the century on Tesla if we reject 200 right here. If Apple misses earnings and FOMC sends us lower, Tesla short from 200. It makes me wonder if like a Tesla swing might make sense here. Risking a daily candle close over like 200, 205. U.S. to impose form of sanctions on oil and gas. And Israel says no hostage deal with Qatar. Mediation in sight. They might just ramp us back up on SPY to 417.55, guys. Which is fine. We'll just wait till we see we've got momentum to the upside now. 3-bar play to the upside. You just need to wait for a pullback. You can't be buying calls at high of day unless you're in a news trade. Let's see what Qs do here at the 200 EMA. Axios says new homeowners won't see a profit for over 10 years. Yeah, guys, I still got one runner on NVIDIA. Just holding it because it might turn into a swing, depending on what the markets do here. But everyone should be nice and green on the day if anyone took NVIDIA this morning. This is where the test becomes not to overtrade. and not to take B minus setups out of boredom. It's a good idea. Call it B setups because you're bored instead of A setups because they're actionable. Yeah, Netflix does look really weak. LT. Next level down I have is 403.88 on Netflix. And it's got relative weakness. Q's tech still has relative weakness too, though, right? Like QQQ is still red on the day, whereas SPY's green on the day finally. Meta back to 300 test here. Tesla back under 200. This is going to be two candles in a row if we close this under 200 on a 200 rejection on Tesla, which is why I said this might be a could be a short of the month type of thing here. Yep, there was another rejection on Tesla at 200. So you guys know what happens multiple times when we get multiple rejections at a key level. We've played it on SPY before. We played it on almost every ticker we've traded. Get a handful of rejections or a handful of bounces at a key level. It goes back to the game of probability. So I'm just going to keep watching Tesla and see what it does at this 200 level. Because so far the buyers are passive and the sellers are active. They keep taking us down below 200. Buyers keep trying, sellers keep stepping in stronger. SPY's 5 minute doesn't seem like it wants to get a candle close over 416. Potential double top action too with the opening print candle. But to Drew's point, we are holding the 200 EMA on the 2 minute time frame, kind of like a support, if you will, at like 415.85. Tesla popping now, 201. We're just above break even on the Nvidia 380s. I just want to see what SPY does here, what QQ does. We're at key levels, 349.26 on Qs. We got 400 right ahead on Nvidia. Another wick on top on SPY's 5-minute. SPY 2-minute closed under the 200. Another more active sellers on Tesla. They just took us to 20. Buyers took us to 201. Sellers brought us right back down to 200. Meta just closed right back at 300. If Meta rejects here, I think we fall to 298. That's what I'm thinking the same thing, Abe. 3 red candles in a row on Meta on the 5. Yeah, the 5-minute candles here are a little confusing to me because we're getting top wicks. On the 5. 2 minutes consolidating on QQQ trading sideways. 2-minute on SPY is pulling back a little bit. What happens when the 5 and 21 cross on SPY? I'm not sure. I don't use 5 and 21. I just use the 9 and 21 on the 5-minute. Here goes SPY back down. So like I said, guys, we got those candle structures were kind of telling the story on the 5-minute, which is why I didn't really like getting in long. It was kind of confusing. Would rather not deploy money in that type of environment. Tesla back down to 199. That's my thought, Drew. Tesla short off of 200. Wow, SPY just put in liquidity. Hammer candle on the 5 over the EMAs right there. So just like Qs were consolidating on the 5-minute chart, now we're consolidating on the 2-minute chart there on QQQ. That purple line above is the 200 EMA. We're just stuck in this little range. I think SPY's going to fall back to this 414.80 spot. But the price action right now is terrible in my eyes. Look at these candles, guys. Look at the 5-minute candles on SPY. You've got wicks to the upside, you've got wicks to the downside, you've got another wick to the upside that just got put in there on the 5. So right now, I don't have a clear indication of where SPY is going. We don't have a clear defined trend. Candles aren't showing us anything. The 2-minute is trading sideways right now. So for me, hands off. Why would we risk hard-earned money, hard-earned gains on setups that don't have a high probability, or where we can't discern what's going to happen, right? Here's QQQ. We consolidated this morning. We're consolidating again. Here's the 2-minute chart on Qs. And we've got a big key level above. So when we're in consolidation and we have a huge resistance level above, that's not a scenario where I want to be buying calls on a name like QQQ. Just the way I see the market, right? Everybody sees something different. But for me, especially if I'm going to deploy zeros, I want to deploy zeros where I have a chance to see a $1, $2, $3, $4 move level to level. Yeah, Apple's hammering off the 9 and 21 right now. But if it selling a little bit here, I like the 15-minute. There was a period of time where I only traded on the 15-minute because 15 gives you a better indication on larger time frames of where you're going. Tesla lost the 9 EMA, by the way, under 198.50 now. SPY back red on the day. I'm glad that you guys are seeing this though, right? Whenever the market can't make up its mind, that's you don't have to put your money into the market. And the fact that you guys are identifying that is good. Because what if every trade you took was like Nvidia, where it was like that's an A plus short side setup, that's an A plus long setup. Once we break this, this is what I'm going to do. If you take every single trade you take, one trade a day, like the Nvidia trade we took, you'd be very surprised at where your account's sitting at the end of 5 days. And here comes SPY, right? Like I said, if we lose the 200 EMA, which we're doing right now, 414.80 is probably the next level downside that we see. Could I have shorted SPY up there and guessed? Yeah, but that wasn't a high probability setup for me. That was more of an educated guess, gut feeling type of thing. LGB. Oh, I typed in LGB, Rod of God, and apparently this is the ticker that came up. I was like, wait, is there news on it? That's the ticker that came up. I'm like, wait, I don't see any volume in this thing. You got me tripped up for a second. I was like, wait, what's he saying? Guys, I think Microsoft might be the A plus short setup, just like Nvidia was under 400, just like Tesla was under 205. If we lose this spot on Microsoft, this will be an A plus short side setup. Remember how fluid we went back from 333 to 335? We played it to the upside multiple days in a row. That 335 level is going to be 335.20 is going to be huge. We could trade it right back down. Yeah, essentially what you'd want to look for here is like break low of day on Microsoft, and we probably get a move back to 333. but no trade until we break it. Yeah, Meta broke 300 shindy. We were talking about that one. That was a nice short. Drew called out. Tesla, really nice trade. 200, risking that 200 spot. Um, so yeah, guys, 335.20 low of day on Microsoft. When we break that, I think we're going to see a really nice move down to 333. Under 333, we don't have anything until 328. So I think the 330s are the puts that I want to go with. That's the strike price that I want to go with, weekly 330 puts. If Microsoft breaks low of day, if QQQ breaks low of day, that's the trigger here. Really, I'm wondering if we go with like 325s, because if we sell, I think we're going to sell pretty aggressive. 325s are only $79 a contract right now. Target hit on SPY though, 414.80 level. The exact level we were looking for just hit. Tesla might be cleaner, but Microsoft's a bigger level to play. So I like the Microsoft trade if we can break it. If we can't break it, then no trade for me. I mean, you could do the same thing on Tesla if we break 196.65. SPY's back green now. Apple's pushing for high of day. Yeah, guys, that's why I haven't been trading. I haven't traded SPY today. We're stuck in range. FOMC tomorrow. Lots of range on individual names. I think is the better way to trade it until we get a clear defined pattern. Meta's breaking out over 300, so I don't know that I'd play a rejection of Meta. Again, Meta's kind of up and down as well. QQQ right back into 2-minute consolidation. SPY 2-minute right back to the 200 EMA. New high of day on Apple. All right, I'm out of my Nvidia runner, guys. Sold my my one Nvidia contract. Got out of it. SPY breaks 416.35. It's is game on to the upside, 417.50. We've got like a dollar of range to get to the upside. Especially if QQQ breaks 349.26. I think the 418s make a lot of sense if we can break 416.40. Especially if Apple gets back over 170, if Nvidia gets back up over 400. I'm going to be watching 418 calls on SPY. Nice work, Shindy. No trigger yet for me long on SPY, guys, because we still have to break. Qs have to break 349.26. SPY's got to get high day. You know, we're just chopping right now, right? So um, I don't want to get caught in a chop fest. And anyone that chased calls at high of day right there just got stopped out on this pullback. Because, like I said, SPY doesn't have a clear, defined trend right now. We're just getting big candle, then a pullback, then big candle downside, then a pullback upside. Wait until we break range. Here's 30-minute chart on SPY without extended hours on from yesterday too, so you guys can see. See the range we're in right now in the 30-minute? And if I turn extended on, you'll see it. We just don't have a clear directional base break yet. So in that instance, like that's where I get confused. I'm like, why would anyone even want to trade that when we don't have clear direction just yet? Wait for the market to tell you where we're going and then just jump on the ride. Still looking at those 418 calls. I think those are the ones that I think can explode if we break this range to the upside. Because the next level I have up is 417.55. If we zoom out, you'll see when we pushed up off this level, we got 417.73 last week. We fell from 420 all the way down to 417.55. So if we get 417.55 and we break out over top of 417.55, I think 420 is the next logical level to the upside that we could see, which would make those 418s explode even more. But no trade until the triggers go off. And this is why I need to go get a TV because I'm actually going to I'm going to mount, if you guys are on the YouTube channel, I'm going to mount a TV up there, which will have, I'll have CNBC on it. And then when we get bored, I might just throw some video games on it or something because trading really is like 90% waiting around, sitting on your hands, just waiting for your triggers to go off. Has anyone seen the show Billions, by the way? Drew, I used to play chess. I want to learn, like, so I'm gonna start. I'm gonna download like a game on my phone. So if anyone plays chess like on their phone, I'll add you as like a friend on like the game center or something. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm obsessed with Billions right now too. I think I'm on like season 3. I'm like a few episodes past. Well, I won't say it in case anyone's not seen it, but yeah, I'm on like season 3. How many seasons are there on Billions? Like 6, 8. Oh, okay, cool. 7. Okay, yeah, I'm on 3, and I think at some point he's like Bobby Axelrod like leaves Billions or something, and comes back maybe or something. I don't know, but yeah, he's still on the show right now where I'm at. Oh, Pinnacle season 4. Okay. All right, guys, here we go on SPY. Let's wait for this break. We get this break. That's the trigger for me. You can see active buyers are stepping in now. Just looking at the candles. Billions, Kyle, is on Amazon Prime. Axe Capital. Don't worry. There's a Strat Capital or Alpine Capital coming to a town near you. Actually, in January, we'll have our Alpine Capital meetup beginning of the year. Everyone's live trading in a room together. We're getting everything set up. Yeah, Kyle, check it out, bro. It's like it's for me at least. I'm in like season 3, but I can't stop watching it. Yeah, it's a Showtime series, but Amazon Prime has it in their library. All right, guys, 418 calls on SPY. We're about to get the breakout here, I think. Now, when we get this break, Qs are likely going to break out over 349.26. Let them do their thing. Let everything pop. Let the algos, let the FOMO buyers, let the chasers chase everything up. Let it pop all the way up to highs. We'll get the pullback, and we'll have better risk to reward. So, like, I'm already looking at these contracts. We could have got them at $30 per. They're now at 36, 37. All right, so they're up like 25% already. Who cares? Let it pop. It's at high of day now. $416.50. And then we'll grab the pullback because it's gonna pull back. SPY never just goes straight up and never pulls back. You guys know that. How many times have you got into SPY and then it pulls back and stops you out? I know it's happened to me quite a few times. So here's the 416.50 mark. AMD has earnings tonight, don't they? I think it's after market close tonight. So on SPX, guys, you can see it here. I want to see a breakout over yesterday's high on SPX, and that'll give me the confirmation that it's not just a double top here on larger time frames. Because I think if we can break this spot, guys, I think we've got a chance to get like 4205 on SPX, 418 on SPY. See there? See why you don't buy the breakout? You don't buy high of day because you get stopped out because now it's pulling back. And if you chase 0 days at high of day, you just got bagged for a 50% move back down to the downside. Don't worry, the new traders, they'll eventually find us over at Alpine. Once they do that too many times, they'll get tired of it. I've still got eyes on Microsoft though, guys. I still think this trade setup on Microsoft. If Qs roll over here, because we're rejecting 329.26, 349.26. I think those Microsoft 325 puts can go parabolic if we lose 335.20. I think you're going to see 333 pretty quickly, and then I think you'll see 333 once we break that. How many times last week did we play the move from 333 to 335.26? And it happened in like 15 minutes. The fact that we're holding this demand zone pocket today tells me that there are active buyers in this area. So if we take these buyers out, right here on the top right of my the YouTube screen, guys. So there's those of you that are on YouTube. That's what I'm looking at. Drew, I'm gonna polish up my chess game skills this weekend, and then I'll play you next week. There was a game that everyone used to play. What was it called? Words with Friends or something. I had a buddy that would play that. And like he'd always ask me to play, but then like I knew he was cheating. He'd use these words that like I know he never knew. No, Shindy, YouTube is always gonna be delayed by 10 seconds. That's just that's the way. Like I think YouTube's delayed by 10 seconds, and like even Twitter Spaces is delayed a little bit. I started chess a chess club Twitter account. $1,000 a match. I don't bet money on things I don't know anything about, which is why I'm not a big sports bettor. I love watching sports. I just don't even know how to like read the bet lines and the odds. It's like foreign language to me. Like I imagine it's very much like stock trading is for like newbies when they see screens and stuff and like what's a call, what's a put, what's the strike price. People are like, "Oh, I took the money line on this," and I'm like, "Odds are like -600." I'm like, "I have no idea what you're talking about. Who do you think is going to win the game?" But I had a buddy who said he would sport like he would sport bet and like go to a baseball game and bet like balls and strikes. Like I guess you can do that on like a one of the bookies. I was like, "Damn, you can bet on like if this pitcher's going to throw a ball right here or a strike, and if you get it right, it's like talk about some granularity level betting right there." Oh, that makes sense. All right, guys, new high day on SPY. We're starting to see the 13 and the 48 separate. We're starting to see the 9 and the 21 separate. Um, so now I want to see a pullback into these EMAs. Now that QQQ finally is up over 349.26. Microsoft's still really weak. Elon's selling more Tesla. There's no way he didn't sell something over the last week with what it did. I guarantee it. I bet if you bookmark this and come back in like 2 months, there'll be a SEC filing out that he sold more shares. Spa's just playing games at this point. I'm like salivating over this Microsoft trade, guys. I think this is a high confidence trade if this happens. Same recipe that Tesla was yesterday when we broke 205. Same thing with Nvidia when we broke down through that 401.25 level, and then we got a $10 move to the downside. I think this Microsoft trade, when we break 335, I think we'll see a 1 to 2% tick down on Microsoft. Q's just rejected 349.26 again. I kind of want to get into this is where I struggle because I'm like, I want to get into Microsoft right now in anticipation for this breakdown, but I'm not going to. But 325 puts, that's what's on the block right now. They're at $69 a contract. And yeah, if we break down through this, they're probably going to be priced at around 90 to $100. 13 EMA tap on SPY right now. Here's the pullback on the 2-minute. Next week, I'm going on the YouTube University this weekend to get back my chess skills, Drew. Next week, I'll play you. No one wants to get owned by Drew, a lad from the UK who probably is a master wizard at chess. So you could enter Microsoft short here off the EMAs. The only problem with this is that we've got the demand zone pocket. So the same thing I said on QQQ earlier when everyone said, "Hey, can we get long?" You can out of consolidation, but I had a huge resistance level above. So on Microsoft right now, like we could get short because we are technically in a trend. The problem being is that we've got this demand zone pocket down below that if we do get short, it's a very small range that we fall to and we potentially could bounce out of it. So when we think about the risk to reward multiple, it's like we're going to risk maybe a 20% loss here for only a 15% gain before they might bounce us out of it and reverse it. To me, that's just not that's not where I want to be deploying money. I want to take the trade and risk 15, 20% to have the potential to make, 40, 50, 60, 100, 200, 10,000%. Yeah, agree, Drew. I think we're just seeing a lot of indecision chop right now. You've got AMD tonight. We've got Apple later this week. I just think that we're not seeing buyers and sellers aren't really showing us what their intentions are. Yeah, this could be a pullback though on SPY hammering off the 13 EMA. But not for me. I just don't like I don't know. I don't get good vibes from it. I'm over here double fisting a coffee and a Celsius. Oh, Mr. Trader knows how to play. While I have everyone on voice, let me just ask you guys real quick because I'm thinking preliminarily. Let me tell you guys. I was thinking January 18th to the 21st for the Alpine meetup. Houston, Texas. I talked to my buddy down there who he owns the highest bar in Houston, but he's like, "Yep, we've got conference rooms, we've got all that stuff for you guys. We'll have everything ready." I know Dr. Black's already. I was actually at that bar at Dr. Black. There's a picture of us out there. I didn't want to do it right before the holidays because I know everybody's super busy. So um, that was just like an initial idea. I mean, we could even go and do January 11th through the 14th, second week of the new year. Um, you guys let me know what you think. January 11th or January 18th, I think the second or third weekend of the new year. Oh, nice. Serious profit. I'll probably be there on that Thursday, but I'm thinking depends on how you guys want to do accommodations and stuff. I'm gonna try and find a room block for us really close. Um, but flights into Houston across the US really aren't too bad, like $200 to get there. Um, some of you guys that have friends in the room, you could have someone else come with you, and there's no cost to attend this one. This is just like I want to get together with you guys, do some live trading. I'll probably trade live on Thursday there. If you guys don't get into like Thursday afternoon, then you can trade live Lotto Friday with us. Um, and then yeah, we've got tons of stuff to do there. We'll have a good time. But you guys let me know what you want to do. 11th or the 18th. I also wonder how many people actually show up. I might like 30 of you might be like, yeah, I'm going, and then like 5 people show up, which is cool with me. You'll get to sit right beside me and live trade for a few days. Yeah, learn everyone's real names. That'll be the first thing we do when we get there. No one can introduce themselves. We got to try and figure out who everyone is. Yeah, I've got a wedding to go to in Charleston in February. Yeah, Joe Buck really shows up. January 15th is market holiday. Oh yeah, Martin Luther King Day. So a lot of people might be off work actually on that Monday. That might be for those of you that have off Martin Luther King Day. Um, so the 11th to the that might be the best one then. 11th to the 14th. That way you don't have to rush to get back to work on that Monday, or you can leave on Sunday and have a day to recover. All right, starting off the new year right. January 11th, I guess, in Houston is where we're meeting. Spy is in this like nasty chop right now. So I'm glad we haven't put any spot trades on because I can tell you right now if we would have put something on, I probably would have gotten stopped out. No clear direction, no clear trend. Nvidia, interestingly enough, though, is trending up. Could see this puppy back at 411 if SPY pushes. Wow. Look at Nvidia's daily candle right now so far. Just becomes a question of how much do you trust the market's going to go higher. So far, we haven't seen any real buy signals over 416.50, which I said was that key spot We flashed above it, pulled back down, but we haven't really seen sustained buying over that level just yet. Days like today are when people that if you guys follow people on like Twitter and stuff that just randomly post guesses on where things are going, like people that do that are going to get eaten up today. Oh, I see a big green candle. I think we could go get 420 today. Oh, we're rejecting this level. I think we're going to see low of day. Right? Like just a recipe for disaster, especially for those of you that aren't a cash account that you have to use settled funds to trade with. You just run out of buying power like crazy and get stopped out on every trade you take, which is why it's super imperative that you don't do that. And yeah, pick and choose your spots wisely. It's not like blackjack where you got to put your minimum bet out every single time, no matter what, the count is on the cards. We can raise and lower our bets based on the strategy or based on the probability of what we've got. I'm telling you guys, Microsoft, this is the trade. Contracts are at 68 per. These things were at 350 2 days ago. Now, obviously, Theta's got a say in that. A weekend value does decrease, but premiums have ranges too. $325 puts on Microsoft. Dang, Swaggy took oh yeah, the AMC call, almost 100% today. Not yet, Lambo. I'm just watching it. I haven't even looked at the miners detective actually. Wow, coin is pretty strong. What's Bitcoin doing? How much? Yeah, Bryson, Tesla to the downside, 196.65 is the trigger to the downside on Tesla, and then I think we'll get a low of day, that 194.07, and then 191 is the next spot down on Tesla. I'm gonna keep Tesla up on my charts right now, though. We just lost both the EMAs on Tesla, 9 and 21. So Microsoft 325 puts are what I'm watching if we break low of day. Um, Trying to determine what Tesla. Maybe the 185s on Tesla. They're at about $1.10 right now. That might be the trade once we break down through 196.65. Because if we get 190, I think those 185s will pop probably to around $3 a contract. Potential for a 200% trade if the markets really sell. If those same sellers stepped in on Tesla that were there yesterday, it's going to be huge. You can tell Microsoft's coiling for a huge move, guys. If you look at the 5 minute, look at how much consolidation we're getting since the opening candle. You guys on YouTube, you can see it here. See how like tight these candles are together? Not a lot of range because it's getting pinned. I think there's going to be a big move that happens. All right, Tesla 185s. I'm watching at $1.10 right here. I took 3 contracts. Tesla just flipped red on the day. If we break 165, 196.65, I think we go down to 194. There we go. Pushing 10% now on Tesla. Ideally, Tesla snaps this 196.65, goes down to 194. We can scale, and then we'll have the ability to then trade Microsoft when and if Microsoft breaks that 335.20 level. There we go. Here goes Tesla. Microsoft is falling. Now we just need Elon to call in another sell on Tesla, sell another billion dollars worth here. Finally getting the 9 and 21 to cross on Tesla to the downside now. But the key level remains 196.65. Low on this candle is 196.72. Low on the prior candle was 196.64. So that's the spot, guys. We break that spot. I think we are going to see a new low of day on Tesla. Just looking at the morning price action, first three candles couldn't break 196.65. We finally broke it and we went to 201. So if we break 196.65, I think it's a logical assumption and a high probability to assume we go down to low of day and pre-market low around 194. So about a $3 move down. Contract should move relatively well for us if that happens. All right, guys, here comes Microsoft into the demand zone. Make sure you guys are paying attention here. 325s is what I'm watching on Microsoft. All right, I got 7 of them guys at $80 per contract. 7 Microsoft at $80 per contract. Tesla's sitting up 10%. Microsoft, if we can break low of day, I think we're going to go down and grab 333. Again, risk to reward play here. I really like the risk to reward on Microsoft. I think this is going to be an easy short setup. As long as we break low of day, I think we're going to see this move happen to the downside, especially if QQQ can sell. Apple's starting to roll over. There's low of day on Microsoft. There we go. So if Qs sell back to low of day, I think we're going to see the move on Microsoft happen. We're up 10% now on Microsoft, 10% on Tesla. CDP, I don't use any indicators. No, I just use EMAs, 9 and 21 EMA on the 5-minute chart. I don't use like MACD or RSI or anything. It's a nasty looking 5-minute candle on SPY too. Shooting star candle over the EMAs. One minute and 5 seconds ago on the 5-minute candles now. Still green on Microsoft, by the way, guys. Tesla pulling right back into the EMAs. Microsoft pulling right back down into this 335.25 level. Really need this spot to break. I think if we get to 335 break, low of days 335.02 on Microsoft. If we can break 335 to the penny, I think you'll see a move. You'll see the move that I'm expecting these contracts to make. 10% now on Microsoft. Come on, break 335. Give us the 20% move. Three 35.05 is hitting now. 335.03. There it is. There's the 335 snap. I thought for sure they would send it on that snap of that candle. Yeah, it's pretty choppy. We just need continuation. I thought we'd get it honestly when we broke 335. That's the play I was looking for is continuation to the downside. I don't know. It's just really weak right now. Two candles in a row have held 335.32. All right, Slam Stack. Have a good one, brother. Apple keeps kind of bouncing. It doesn't really want to give up this 169.20 level. It's only 11:42. I feel like we've been trading all day long. Yeah, they're no fun to trade when we're range bound. So if someone could just pull the golden parachute on SPY and QQQ and let us fall, just cut the parachute, that would be much appreciated. Saw that, Will. Yeah, you're right, serious profit. It's a chop day. You know, we've got FOMC tomorrow. A lot of the big money is going to wait until FOMC. We've also got AMD earnings tonight. We've got Apple earnings. Think about it from the perspective of like a money market hedge fund manager, someone who's got, you know, hundreds of millions of dollars to deploy in the markets. Like, is this an environment that you want to actually deploy your money into the market, short side or long side? Probably not, right? Because there's a lot of things happening that we just don't have any idea of what's like, what's the outcome, what's actually going to happen. And until that happens, the big money probably sits on the sidelines, and that's why we see the chop that we're seeing. All right, 15% now on Microsoft. Looking for that elusive move back down to 333. They finally give it to us. SPY's trying to flip red also and lose the 200 EMA. Oh, did it break the trend line? That's why I was just getting ready to draw Drew. Yeah, so 5 minutes trying to break also. So it's trying to hold. If we can close below 415 70, that'll be good for continued moves down. And really, if SPY can break the 200 EMA, which is sitting at 415.36. I'm not an advocate for full port trading, especially on a day when we're range bound, but I think this Microsoft setup, this is a super high confidence setup, and it would be even more high confidence if SPY and QQQ weren't range bound and chopping, because this is such a fluid level between 335 and 333. Um, I might scale a little bit more aggressively on this trade than what I typically would, just because we are in some chop. But I think we go see 333 on Microsoft. That was the first 5 minute candle close below that 335.30, 335.25 level. Yeah, Tesla needs to break 196.65. If it does that, then I think Tesla can see a new low. As long as we don't get some random wild green candle like we've been getting on SPY and QQQ. There we go. 15% now on Microsoft. There we go. Yeah, Sava is ripping. Nice work, Shane. That's why I try not to front run, because I feel like I typically lose when I front run plays. SPY really needs to get under the 200 EMA. If SPY can get under the 200 EMA, um, we should see continued pressure down to the 415 area, 414.80. That's a serious candle on Sava, guys. 3.5% candle to the upside. Yeah, Sava's ripping. 5% candle now. Still going.
Bro, these cones just got up 70%, like in a matter of like a minute.
That's crazy. Bro, it's still ripping.
Yeah. I'm still in AMC. I'm up 120% right now. If anybody's calling that. If Salah can get over 21, 28, this thing explodes big.
New lows coming on Microsoft. There we go, Microsoft. 18% here.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with Sava. The spreads can get very ugly on Sava.
I'm still in Tesla, guys. I'm down 8% on Tesla. 185 puts. I think we can get the move if SPY can lose the 200 EMA.
I was about to break 21.
There's no news on this. It's just ripping on
Just
volume.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple people on Twitter just calling it like a short squeeze play. That's about it.
Wonder if there's like insider buys happening.
Yeah, could be. I know that we're gonna have data before the year ends too, so I don't know if they're dropping sooner or not.
All right, guys, I'm back down 7% on Tesla. Again, looking for the flush down on SPY and QQQ for these plays to work out for us. Tesla, we really got to break 196.65, so like a dollar drop from here, and if we break that, pretty thin until low of day at 194 pre-market low. Microsoft's been straight red candle since we lost that 335.25 level. Yeah, I'm sitting up 10% on Microsoft 325s. We hit 18%. I didn't scale any because I'm looking for a 20 to 25% move. But we're right back at this key level now, so we'll see how we react to it. Contract's still sitting at $87 per contract. I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. Jared, Nvidia just broke down through the 400 cycle level. We traded it, and that was a nice 100% trade. Hey, guys, sorry, I'm back now. Still sitting in Tesla, guys, with those three contracts down 18% right now. Break even on Microsoft, so still sticking in the Microsoft trade, full position size still. Um, I told you guys that the risk to this whole entire plan was that we're going to get some random green candle on SPY that comes out of nowhere, which is what we got. And we're just getting this horrible price action chop right now. But Microsoft's back green now, 5%. Tesla's, we're down 15% on Tesla, but still like the Microsoft trade. I like the thesis. Um, I take this trade 10 out of 10 times that it's offered to me. Technically speaking, on Microsoft, that was just a pullback in trend. We did get lower lows. We got a lower high right there on that pullback. Now we want to see another lower low put in with a low of day snap down towards that 333 level. That's the goal that we're playing to here on Microsoft. Sometimes trades don't work out for you, and that's part of the game. But again, it all comes back to high probability, calculated risks is what we're taking. And the risk to this trade not working out was, like I said, a big green candle on SPY just popping up the way it popped up at 10:10, 10:45, and then 12 o'clock, we got a big green candle. That's what I'm thinking, Dempsey. Contracts are holding value relatively well. Um, I don't think that we get a move all the way down to 325 pre FOMC, but I do think we can see a move down to 333, which would probably throw these 325s up, 40, 50, maybe even 60% if the move happens quick enough, which is more than enough for me to close it out, take profits, and keep marching forward. So Microsoft had decent earnings. Amazon had good earnings. I'm just wondering, like, do we have reason to believe like Apple won't have decent earnings? Maybe something with the phone, like new phone sales, could be coming out. I don't see where they sold as many phones as what they may be anticipating to sell. Um, there wasn't really any product enhancements on it. That might be, yeah, good idea. Serious profit on that. They've always got tricks up their sleeve. Brutal price action today, guys, on indices. Hopefully, no one's getting stuck in zeros trying to play those. There's a reason I've kind of stayed away from those while we've been in the chop range that I gave to you guys in pre-market huddle today. Just not an environment where I want to be risking my money into the market. They're selling it now. That's why I'm just saying, like, spies all over the place. That's a great I series profit on that. All right, Tesla back down 8% now. Please don't chop us again right here on SPY at this level. Either send us up or send us down, but like pick a decision because this like back and forth ping pong is definitely for the birds. Not something I want to be a part of. I think it's a matter of us just losing this 200 EMA on SPY, to be honest with you. Last time we lost it, we fell down to low of day, and then we lost it before and fell to 414.80. So that's going to be key. We lose the 200, we'll get 414.80, and then SPY can make up its decision. You know, do we lose 414.80, go to low of day 413, or do we bounce at 415? But the key for me is going to be losing 415.40, which is the 200 EMA on the 5 minute. Looks like they're going to try it right here. There it goes under the 200 EMA. So now let's see if we go down and get 414.80. Good. Hopefully VIX goes to 35 today. Sarcasm. Tesla down 6% now on the 185 puts. SPY trying to hammer over the 200 EMA. Yeah, this is getting annoying on SPY. It's like, Jesus, man, pick a side. Like either sell or go to the moon. Like go to 417.55 or break 415. But like this in between stuff is just garbage. Absolute dog water price action on SPY and Qs for that matter. Just horrible. Hopefully none of you guys are getting chopped up in this mess. Tesla cons are back down only 4% right now on the 185s. If we break 196.65, we'll get the move down on Tesla, I think. Microsoft's sitting right at break even on those contracts. So all positions are still intact. I just need SPY to make a move right here. SPY and Qs. It's like if you're going to go to low of day, go to low of day. Don't trade sideways. Trade up or down. Tesla flipping red again. Yeah, guys, I'm still in. Still in Tesla too. Yeah, give us a news on Microsoft. Something to send us flying from waiting for all this BS. That's the beauty of the markets, though, guys. You don't have to trade SPY and QQQ. We don't have to even trade Microsoft and Tesla during all of this. That was the one risk I said of taking these trades right here, is that the market is kind of chopping, but the individual setup set the system, the strategy, everything was in line with what I like to do. So that's why I took it. But anyone that's getting chopped up or losing money on SPY or QQQ, just remember you don't have to trade. Smaller time frames, we've clearly gotten a shift in trend on SPY. We literally just need this 200 EMA to break on the 5-minute. Hopefully you guys on YouTube watching, you just see how much chop this is right here. Pull up a bit bigger view so you can see it. Right here, this chop is just awful. Let me throw the 200 EMA on here. But you can see here, this just nasty chop. Not fun. Five minutes until the 30-minute candle closes as well. This price action is just really starting to irritate me, though. I don't know about you guys, but it's just frustrating to watch this stuff. So I know what's going to happen as soon as I say, "Hey, I'm going to leave for the day. I'm going to close all positions, get out of here." Massive flush will happen. Yeah, I know some of you guys out there. Someone's got a bottle close to them. They're going to start drinking it. You guys trick or treating tonight with if you got kids, or do you if you pass out candy? It's always funny to watch the parents trick or treating with their kids, carrying around like their Yeti cups and stuff. I'm like, I know you don't have coffee or like apple cider in that. You spiked that with something. What are you dressing up as, Mel Mel? Good to see you on the bust. Oh, nice, nice. A witch, perfect. Nonstop. Sava might go for round 2. Bro, AMC is nonstop, Swaggy. Straight uptrend.
Bro, yeah, the cards right now they're up like 140%. They're about to be in the money. I think over 1120 this thing goes to parabolic, bro. It's like $13 at least. It has so many gaps on the daily.
Yeah, UPST's ripping also. I saw a thing and it was like kids will never understand or something like that, but it was like there's like so many like when I grew up there was like not a lot of trunk or treats. It was like you just go knock on people's doors. Now I feel like trunk or treats are the new thing. These Microsoft contracts are like holding value really, really well. Like I'm only down 8% on the Microsoft contracts. Yeah, but it was so close to the EMA, Frankie. That's where I want to see where this next candle puts us. If it was like a really strong close over, then I'd be a little more like, hey, probably get out now. But it closed 2 pennies above. And we've got intraday resistance at 336.17, 336.20 on Microsoft. Oh, Microsoft's popping now, guys. 2.5 minutes here. I'll give it to it. Down 15%. So within my stop loss limits. SPY couldn't make a new high of day. QQQ didn't make new highs, rejected that 349.26 level again. Like I said, this SPY's just pissing me off because this is like causing all these trades to just chop around. There's no there's no flow in anything that I'm looking at from a large cap perspective. AMC is really nice. There are some like small mid cap that have nice trends, but the large caps right now are just chopping with Qs and SPY, which is super frustrating. Because these setups were like A plus high quality setups, and sometimes the market has different plans. But if you look at SPY, every single 2 minute candle since the 200 EMA bounce on the 5 minute chart has been green. Every candle since 1220 for the last 15 minutes, green on the 2 minute chart. Same thing on QQQ. Right back down now to the 200 EMA.
We're up the chop on star right now, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's like, uh,
Just stuck in this range.
Jesus, man. This is like This 2-minute chart right here, like, really irritates me. Back up we go again. Jesus Christ, man. This is awful. Like, horrible. I haven't seen price action like this in a while. We had some chop a few weeks back, but this is terrible. Absolutely god awful. Yeah, guys, this is for sure how you blow your accounts when you try and trade zeros on this. Because all you're doing is guessing. You're stopping out as soon as it gets reversed. You're going to try upside, then it pulls right back down. Then you'll try downside, then it goes right back up. Just horrible, horrible spot to be in. This is disgusting. That sounds like a win, serious profit. Everyone should have to go run on a treadmill until SPY breaks range. Imagine how in shape you would be. Saving money, keeping money in your pocket, and trimming down. Hit the bar on Friday and be like, man, I got money in my pocket and I've lost some weight this week. Really nice trend on Boeing since the low of day. Apple 170 test. Continuing to put in higher highs, higher lows. All right, guys, I'm going to call it here. I'm going to stop out of every position. This is just BS. All right. I'm gonna go get something to eat for lunch, guys. Dog water price action. I could use different words, but I'm not going to. I'll uh I'll come back in the afternoon session, see what's going on. But I've gotta get my go meet my barber, get my hair cut, and grab something to eat, and then I'll be back. Hopefully we're out of this range because this is just, yeah, not gonna use those words, but make sure you guys are protecting yourselves. Don't blow your account. Don't do anything stupid. If you're gonna lose, make sure you lose small, please. Um, do not lose big during all of this. Save your capital because when we break the range, we will get a big move and then we can deploy our capital for that type of move. So I'll be back in a little bit, guys. Gonna go on mute. For those of you guys on YouTube, I am gonna close the YouTube stream. But I'll be back in the chat room a little bit later this afternoon. Appreciate all you guys coming on. If you like these videos, just like and subscribe. Like the stream. That helps me out. And then if you subscribe, you'll know when we go live, which I'll be going live every single day as we're trading this 2K account today. Nvidia 100% off the open. Looking to see if we can find any more plays in the afternoon session.